welcome to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Now I'm delighted to be joined by a very special guest. Kazuki Nakajima's with me, and we're going to have a little look behind here at the Yaris H2 concept. Now, you've just been up the hill, haven't you? Weather's a little bit off at the minute. How was it though?
Oh, it was still good fun. It was a bit slippery, but I mean, as this is based on the GR Yaris, where compared to the other car, we don't have maybe as much horsepower, but having less grip on the surface was more fun to, control the car and have a bit of slide. And,
You've given the spectators a bit of a treat out there, Kazuki.
try to, yeah.
Now let's talk about the car a little bit more. Now I understand it's hydrogen, so a little bit different.
It is, different. Basically, we use hydrogen as a fuel. So we still have a combustion engine in the car, which is basically exactly same as, pretty much same as a GR Yaris combustion engine. So it's a 1.6 liter turbo, 3-cylinder. So if you have a GR Yaris owner, basically the engine is the same. Only difference is we have a big tank behind. A fuel system is different and the injector is different, but we simply use the hydrogen as a fuel. So we make a noise with the car.
We heard it coming back actually. What about performance? Is there any performance enhancement? Or is it just the same?
Actually, I'm not sure what you can imagine, but power-wise, the engineer told me it's more than the normal GR Yaris. So actually the hydrogen can produce more power than normal petrol, which is quite impressive. And also what I learned is because hydrogen can burn faster than the normal petrol, actually the engine response feels even better than.
What is it like to drive? Is it any different than driving a standard combustion?
Well, I would say surprisingly it's pretty similar to, pretty much same as a normal combustion engine. I think if you really want to have a good feedback, I think you should look at Rowan Atkinson's interview from yesterday on the Goodwood Instagram, which was quite impressive. I was next to him and how he described was very impressive, very detailed and very precise. So yeah, I think probably he can speak better than.
Well, I was going to say, Rowan's a very capable driver, but did he come to you for any tips?
Well, he told me he took it very carefully because he, didn't want to make a silly stuff. But I was quite impressed his knowledge, his driving technique, and also he's owner of GR Yaris and the Mirai as well. So he has he experienced another solution for the hydrogen, but now he experienced the combustion engine with a hydrogen fuel. So yeah, actually, I mean, it was, it was a big honor for me to sit next to him, yeah. So yeah, this is how it is. We have a hydrogen tank, which is from Mirai. And actually, I was quite surprised to hear that the weight-wise, it's not so much heavier than the standard GR Yaris too. So it's a little bit heavier, but it has more power. So maybe power ratio-wise, maybe it's not much different. So,
but as we know, very quick off the line, faster than a standard Yaris.
And it's like a four-wheel drive, like standard GR Yaris. And this car is converted to a rally version, so suspension or underfloor is a little bit modified. So it feels more like rally car and feels like I can play a bit more. But I'm not a professional for the drifting.
I was just going to ask, are we going to see you out there in it?
No.
I think everybody watching would like to see that, though, Kazuki.
Let's see. If it's wet, maybe it's easier, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Well, look.
I think we need to get the Yarimati or somebody to be in the car rather than me. But, yeah.
Well, I appreciate the honesty. We've also got the Le Mans GR H2 concept car too as well. Just, I mean, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Just get a bit more information about this if you wouldn't mind.
So yeah, basically there we have a current Le Mans hypercar, which run with a hybrid. So this is still one of our solution for multi-pathway for carbon neutral. And then this is basically our next focus or next goal or next target with the hydrogen, like Yaris. Basically, the idea is run the car with a combustion engine, but with a hydrogen as a fuel, and plus the hybrid system. So we are on the phase that we are studying how it can be basically come as a real.
Yeah.
But basically this is the first concept, and clearly we have a big hydrogen tank on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So depending on the regulation, this design can still change. But the target, I mean, obviously ACO and FIA already announced that they are targeting to bring the hydrogen technology in near future. So yeah, now we just started to work on what's the possibility to bring this technology into the proper racing.
That would be incredible. I imagine, obviously, safety would be something that's quite important with the FIA as well.
Yeah.
It is safe, though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it is safe. I think the biggest example when we brought this car for the first time in Europe, the driver was our big boss Akio-san, and I think this shows how it is safe. But of course, yeah, having a tank on the side, there is of course safety measure, and that's something FIA is working on. So based on this regulation, of course, design can be different, but it's true that everyone is working on to make it happen. And yeah, it's a quite interesting challenge for the future.
Fantastic. Kazuki, I can't thank you enough. Before we let you go, of course, I think everybody watching would like to know what your plans are for the rest of the year.
Well, basically, we will keep on racing. Especially our target for Le Mans WEC series is to win a championship. We missed out Le Mans, but we won the last race in Monza. So we keep pushing, and for the future, yeah, we keep pushing to bring new technology, new solution, and yeah, push for the multi.